What's a common color for all of the teams that got eliminated during the playoffs this weekend? Green. We'll talk about it all. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
I got no idea.
Oh, yeah!
Let's go.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The season's upside down, inside out, backwards,
Trying to get
and
the
nothing
air,
but
but
forwards.
Okay. The mere facts.
I know. I'm just saying.
Good morning, and welcome to the UFOD Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And Deets, what are you doing over there, man?
He's trying to get centered.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
He's like me. He's messing with his setup.
Well, look, I got the new headset, so I was just trying it out. So
He's got a new headset.
I can hear me, but I don't know if anybody else can. So
We can hear you
just wanted to check it out. Make sure everything's working. Right.
We got you loud and
Well,
clear.
it was a wild card weekend.
Okay.
It was all right.
Let's start off this way. What was in the intro? The first thing you hear in the intro is what?
Give me this camera. The first thing you heard is this. To all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters, shut up. That's the first thing you heard, and that's where we're going to start today.
What else did you hear in the intro, Victor?
There was one word to describe this wild card weekend.
And that was.
Is it
and I'll tell you what that word. I'll tell you what that word was.
What?
There was one word to describe wild card weekend. Momentum.
Yes.
If you had it,
it was not Trey.
If you had it, it was good. Everything was going good. When you lost it, it was gone forever.
And
we saw that in every single game. Every single game up to this point, we've seen teams ride their momentum and then fall off. And when it fell off, they could never get it back.
Just
I was wrong. I was wrong. The Panthers, I said it earlier, the Panthers laid an egg. They didn't lay an egg. They just choked the game away.
But it's Carolina.
Well, the thing is,
I'm saving Carolina and LA's breakdown for when our resident LA fan comes in here.
who was probably on like high blood pressure.
How many of y'all on your NFL playoff wild card weekend bingo card had the defensive play of the week made by Puka Nacua?
Yeah, that was not.
I didn't play wild card bingo.
Who had a wide receiver making the defensive play that saved the game?
It saved the Rams.
That was crazy.
It's Puka. I don't put the past Puka at all.
You can't.
Puka is Puka. He does what
But
you're
you-
gonna do.
But you're expected to catch touchdowns, not be the guy that prevents them.
Be the guy that prevents them. Yeah. Now we're going to start in Philadelphia
Okay.
because
Not
what do we
surprised.
often say? Shut up. Your Patriots got luckier than Tuukka Rask in Game 4.
No, that was not luck. That was not luck.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
That
Until
was not luck.
the only touchdown of the game saved the Patriots. But we're going to start in Philadelphia
Go ahead.
because what often do we say here? To be the champs, you must unseat the champs.
Woo.
Well, guess what?
What did we
To Ohio State and the Philadelphia Eagles,
Bye.
bye. 23-19, the final. Purdy threw for 268, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. And I want to say this up front. Normally, when you get turnovers, and I capitalize the word normally, given this season, you turn them into touchdowns.
Right.
In Philadelphia's case, they got 2 interceptions from Brock Purdy, and they turned it into 3 points.
My biggest question is, who would have figured that of all the games so far played, that the stinker was New England and the Chargers?
Because you know what? For the longest time last night, I saw the highlights of them, and I'm trying not to sneeze. That's why we're going. I'm hoping to get Jay in here early today.
Okay.
Man, the fourth quarter was the only quarter that produced a touchdown in Foxborough last night. What?
Yeah.
You
Well,
mean
I mean,
It was a defense. It was a defensive battle.
mm-hmm.
the Chargers.
Okay, the Chargers.
We say it all. We say it all the time. Harbaugh being Harbaugh.
Of course.
I mean,
And that's where that game fell apart. But go back to the Eagles. I mean, first off, I don't think Sirianni, the coach, I don't think his kids are going to be wearing AJ Brown jerseys no more.
Not after we saw what happened yesterday.
silly.
And I don't care what. I don't know.
And AJ Brown, you can't blame the coach. You
Nope.
dropped 2 balls that were in your hands. You dropped them both, and they killed drives. So I don't understand this. He blew up at the coach. Why did he blow up at the coach for dropping the ball? You dropped the ball, sir.
AJ Brown
the
did not look
second drop-
phenomenal that game.
And the second drop nearly cost Philadelphia the game right then and there, were it not for a 13-yard catch by Dallas Goedert. Figure that one.
I do want to focus on the Eagles 49ers for a second though. And I want to go to a play in the second quarter of the game where Dallas Goedert scored a touchdown.
Okay.
A flag was thrown.
Yeah.
A flag was thrown for illegal man downfield.
Mhm.
Right.
They called the penalty. penalty and then lined up for the extra point. With no explanation of what just happened. I have no idea what happened on that. You called a penalty. You threw the flag. The ref called the penalty.
And it was an offensive. It was an offensive penalty. So that should have taken
it was an offensive penalty. It should have been 5 yards back. Replay the down.
It should have been. They took the touchdown. It should have taken. It should have. I beg your pardon.
It should
have taken the touchdown off the board.
Yep.
You back up 5 yards and you replay the down.
Yep.
There was no explanation of why there was an illegal man downfield. They made the call. This is worse than Dallas, Detroit a decade ago. They made the call.
It was the Detroit game this past season.
Mm-hmm.
Where Amon St. Brown's in the end zone, and then they call a pass interference call.
They call a PI.
And that was against explain it. And
if I'm right, that was against Pittsburgh.
Yes,
that was the Pittsburgh game, was it not?
Yep.
And I know they went back and reviewed the touchdown. They reviewed it because it was a touchdown. But I've always been told you cannot review penalties. If the penalty was called, you cannot overturn. If they're going to if the NFL is going to tell us now you can overturn penalties,
that's a problem.
They're opening up. They opened up a can of worms that they don't want open.
Big can of worms.
Because again, I still have no idea what happened on that play because they didn't tell us. Oh, we reviewed it and the call was off.
There was no breakdown. There was no indication of why they're picking up the flag. There was no indication of why they're allowing play to continue. Nothing. They let that touchdown stand when it should not have.
And I want to state for the record, I know why they did what they did. They threw the flag because they saw the lineman 5 yards down the field. What they didn't see is the guy drive block the defensive lineman into the end zone.
Right.
They didn't see. They just saw the lineman in the end zone and threw the flag. So I understand they didn't see that, and that's why they picked up the flag. But they didn't pick up the flag until it was reviewed. They called the penalty on the field.
Right.
You are opening up a can of worms if you allow penalties to be challenged.
Yep.
If they're going to be reviewed, and I get it. Oh, you have to review the whole play. You either have to say penalties can be reviewed or they can't. And if they can't be reviewed, what they did there made absolutely no sense.
And they're opening, like you said, it's a big old can of worms that they don't want open.
I would say C. It's both of it. It's both.
And the other thing about challenging plays. This irks me to my core every time I see it. And we saw it in the Buffalo game. When they challenged the Trevor Lawrence run where he was down and they spotted the ball wrong and then they still spotted it wrong. But
yep.
The thing that irks me about this thing is when you see that play, and if I'm the head coach, that flag is going at least to midfield. But if I'm throwing the challenge flag, it's going as far as I can throw it.
You're launching.
And as close to anybody, as close to the play as I can get it. But they always do that. Every coach does this. They just take it out and they just drop it on the field.
I hate that. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the funniest thing.
No, go ahead.
Was Wanstead was trying to challenge the play. I think he was coach of Miami. He was having such a tough time getting the flag out of his pants pocket. Like numerous times he was trying. He's like, hey, wait. He was like trying to wave at the ref while trying to get the flag out of his pants pocket. And it finally gets it out and throws it on the ground. I'm like, you guys should be launching this so that you see that small red thing flying in the air. You need to look at it.
Yeah, I never understand. Coaches just they just drop it right on the field. I'd be throwing everything I have in my pockets out onto the field. to challenge a play. To challenge a play, I'd be out there causing chaos.
Hey, you know what? Start doing what Mr. Bass said. Whenever you're in distress of a play, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Yeah, I'd be throwing. If I was coaching and I saw that play and I said, "Whoa, y'all need to take a look at this," I'd be throwing everything I have: hats, gloves, whatever's in my pockets is on the field. And but they don't. Sean McDermott just walked up to the ref and was like, "Here you go."
Right.
Like, what are we doing? I was like, what is going on here?
Like, you don't care.
So
you don't care. It don't make no sense.
that was a crazy situation.
And I'll say this because to the Eagles. What did I say on Friday to the Eagles? Don't
We all said it. Don't play with your food. They play with their food all the time.
Don't play with your food.
And the same thing can be said. I had a conversation yesterday with a Bears fan who was rightfully excited about his team, but he said it the best. He said, we can't do this every game. If you're going down 18 points, you can't spot teams 18 points and expect to come back every game. It's going to bite us he said it's going to bite us in the ass at some point. And that's a problem with Chicago is, yeah, great. You got a comeback win,
but you can't keep doing that every week.
And
yeah, you can't keep doing it. It's gonna kick you at some point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Snowman.
And it nearly. I'm sorry about that. Somehow my door opened. Let me say hi to the uncultured barbarian, courtesy of the Grassi Posse. I appreciate y'all. Hey. I appreciate you guys coming in. But to Green Bay and to Philadelphia, you kept playing with your food, and it cost you.
I am surprised. I would be surprised if Brandon McManus made it back in one piece. I'd be surprised.
He won't. Well, he made it back. He made it back in one piece.
You know he was not on the team.
But
he's
not on the team. He won't be on the team anymore.
He took a Greyhound from, what was that? Van Buren?
Yep.
So man, where's that
Van
bus?
Buren
and Hall
Harrison and Van Buren.
Harrison Van Buren. You know he got from
Harrison and Van Buren.
You have 2 field goals and 1 extra point. If one of those happens, if one of those gets made, that's ball game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you?
That should have been game set match walking out. That should have been game set match walking out the city because you had the Bears on their heels several times and you didn't close the door.
No, I'm gonna use one of yours. You had the Bears on their ass. You had the Bears on their ass.
You know what? Deets gave me an assignment and I didn't do it because I got home from dinner last night and I was dead tired.
Oh, Dennis Green.
Denny Green, man. And it's one of the greatest things. They are who they thought they were. We let them off the hook.
The Packers on 2 occasions against the Bears, both this year, let them off the hook. And they nearly let them off the hook a third time.
And I'm saying this specifically to Philadelphia. This is coming from a Cowboys fan. Stop playing with your food.
No. Let me correct myself. I said Philadelphia played. I said Philadelphia played with their food. No, they didn't. They suffered the Mike Tyson fate. Everybody had a plan. Everybody has a plan until they get socked in the mouth. Well, guess what happened on the first drive of the game? Philadelphia got socked in the mouth.
The thing is, Philadelphia.
Oh, darn it. I'll be back.
Okay. The Niners are the walking wounded. As great as
not just the walking wounded. I mean, they go from being the walking wounded to George Kittle rupturing his Achilles tendon.
Right.
And they lose their best player, they lose their best weapon, and the Eagles did what the Eagles do. They just didn't. They had a chance to stomp on the neck, and they didn't. They let the 49ers get back in the game, and the rest is history. I know we got somebody waiting, and I'm sure he wants to talk NFL playoffs.
Mm-hmm. He ain't coming up.
You got to come up.
I'm not letting him up.
Yeah, you are.
Let them
Well,
off.
the other thing is, I want to talk about that Carolina game because Bryce Young on the last drive in that game made three absolutely horrible mistakes.
Yep.
That they could have had a chance if Bryce Young didn't make three horrible mistakes.
If Bryce Young was actually a quarterback, here's the playmaker.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic, but I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasted witness protection program.
Playmaker.
Playmaker, did you have to re-up your heart meds?
No.
Playmaker, did you have, I asked everybody else, did you have it on your wild card bingo? Did you have it on your bingo card? The defensive play of the week would be made by Puka Nacua?
No.
He saved that ball game, man.
He did.
But I want to get into that last drive. The last drive. All right, this is some football 101 for everybody.
Okay.
If you have the ball and there is less than a minute left, you cannot roll out of the pocket.
No.
You have to throw the football down the field, and you cannot leave the pocket because once you leave the pocket, too much time comes off the clock for you to reset and throw the ball. And he did it 3 straight times, rolled out of the pocket and wasted about probably 10 to 12 seconds that they could have had to get down the field and get in field goal range. And that was Bryce Young's biggest mistake, was not in that time. You cannot leave the pocket. I don't care what happens. You have to throw the ball on time.
I even go back to the last play. I don't know what Horn was thinking, but it was not catch the football and go down. He had it in his hands.
No.
Literally in his hands. All you got to do is drop to a knee so that they can say, catch, move the chains. Then you can get Bryce Young to get over there, spike the ball, and keep going. No. He's trying to fight for more yards, and he drops the ball.
This is probably the only time I'm going to say that I think you're overanalyzing it. That is a young Carolina Panthers team that finally experienced a playoff atmosphere for the first time since Cam Newton.
Who's Cam Newton?
I'm not giving him that pass. I'm not giving him that pass.
So they just made a mistake at the end of the game. By the way, credit to my D-line for finally getting to Bryce Young when it counted most.
Yeah, because they weren't getting to him.
Yeah, I'm not giving him that pass. Y'all
That's
know what to do. Y'all a pro football team.
You can say they're a pro football team, but that team has never been there. That specific team has never been there.
And
you went up against a guy in Matthew Stafford who has been there, which is the reason why he had the drive that he had.
Are you saying the coach has never been there either?
The head coach never been there either. Their head coach, he was his second year as the head coach of the Carolina Panthers?
I'm pretty sure someone knows what playoff football is supposed to be.
On that
I
team.
ain't giving them that pass.
If Carolina hasn't been there in 10 years, who do you think is going to know? It's been a whole decade since Cam Newton when he led them to the Super Bowl before they got beat down by the Broncos.
And then beat up by the Broncos the following Monday night. To start the next season, that is.
The fact Carolina was made that a game oppressed people because they should have been blown out.
It should
The
have been blown
fact
out.
that Carolina had the lead twice in that game.
And then this is what I get. Right after that,
Oh no.
I get the Panther pundits turning into the Moronic Republic, immediately saying next
Oh,
year we
God.
going all the way.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not with that team, you're not.
Within 8 seconds, they were like, we going next year. We gonna make it next year.
You had a stopwatch on for that?
Yep. Because I wanted to see. And Playmaker has a point. You know, Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, they made a season they made a chicken salad season that, should have been chicken, you know what.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They came away with some wins they should not have won. Also came with some losses they shouldn't have lost, but
yeah, one of which that came to my Rams.
Came to the Rams. And the one that mattered came from the Los Angeles Rams.
Came from the Rams.
The one that mattered. I'm sorry.
And you got to give props to it. I mean, Carolina fought as hard as anybody could, and the game came down to that last drive. That's right. That's all you can ask of your team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and as
an 8-9 team, I know they were at home, but they were 10.5-point dogs, and they were winning the game until a minute and 6 left.
And then Matthew Stafford
didn't have moved out the pocket, but Brian Young, I give him credit because guess what? When Bryce Young got out of the pocket, he didn't fall for any of the moves Bryce Young was trying to get away from.
Right.
He stayed with him and forced him into making a decision.
Right. But and all I'm saying, as somebody who watched the game, somebody who's played the game of football, you have to tell your quarterback, we need time. The time is more important. The seconds are more important than getting out of the pocket. Throw the ball and throw it into the third row of the stands. But you have to throw the ball. You can't run. Once you leave the pocket, you're wasting time that we don't have.
Well, here's the other thing: is that when you have that little time, shouldn't you go right into sideline to sideline? Throw the side, throw the pass, get the sideline, stop the clock so you can keep moving.
I mean, yes and no. You want to run plays to the sideline, but the Rams ain't dumb. They're not. They're going to defend the sideline. So you take what they give. You take what they're going to give you, but you have to do it quickly. You can't waste time. You cannot waste time.
Decisions. Speaking of decisions, I'm going to make one of my own. Someone's waiting for us.
Mr. Spivey.
Hey, Spivey is with us. Good morning, Jay.
What's up, gentlemen?
Jay, if you can classify that. I know you don't watch the Panthers. I don't either.
I actually did this week because
you did.
It was only a game on. It was only
yeah.
So of course
this is true.
Red Zone wasn't on this weekend.
Classify, or if you can, describe that Panthers game on Saturday, if you can.
Well, I think they played better than people thought they did, but as usual, the Panthers found a way to lose.
Well, I
agree with
this.
that.
After the game, Mr. Spivey, Within 8 seconds, I heard Panther Nation saying that they'll make it all the way next year. So,
No, please.
you got that to look forward to.
Jay, I hear you, but I disagree with you because Matthew Stafford does what Matthew Stafford does when the game is on the line.
Well, the Panthers had many opportunities in the first half to put them away and didn't do it.
They had many opportunities to put them away in the final period, and they didn't do it.
Well, that's my
They
point.
led that game twice in the fourth quarter.
And Matthew Stafford was hurt and still outperformed them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Matthew
He
Stafford
hurt his
does.
hand or finger or whatever it was.
That's what he does. He doesn't flinch.
Matthew Stafford's a magician. He's a magician.
Matthew Stafford does not flinch.
No, but
he doesn't.
And trust me, even with a hurt hand, did you see how beautiful he threw that ball to Parkinson?
Parkinson had no business making that catch, but doggone it, Matt Stafford didn't put it in the right place.
They have better players.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to tell me that Tedero McMillan as well as he played Saturday, and he did play well, that he's really a number one receiver?
They're gonna have to make him one.
He played like one Saturday.
He did play well.
Well, that was his only option.
And he set
I'm
the
looking
challenge.
at it that way.
He set the challenge. He showed up.
And then,
I would say this. If you're a Panther fan, if you look at something to take away, y'all two corners.
There is nothing to take away.
No, they got corners.
There is nothing to take away from
They got corners. Them two corners are ridiculous.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I agree.
Well, where's the offense going to come from?
Well, they got.
I would ask this question though, because the one thing I was shocked about when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, they did not use Rico Dowdle as much as I thought they was.
And they were supposed they should have.
Mm-hmm.
They should
have.
That
should have been their first. That should have been their first option.
It seemed like they tried to make it the Bryce Young show, which is always a mistake. So they were trying to make it the Bryce Young show.
But I'm not going to go there.
I know they almost had to do this, but they just gave him his fifth-year option.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's really not a lot out there, but do you really want to be tied to him for however many more years they're going to keep him?
I don't think they have a choice.
I don't think they do either with the market, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it came down.
Well, I think they're in the perfect spot. They're in the perfect spot. Get him for a fifth year and see what happens next year. I mean, if you're thinking, hey, they're 8, they went 8-10.
Right.
They had 8 wins and 10 losses this year, so they could easily be a team that. Hey, if they lose to that first game to the Rams, if they lose a couple of the games that they squeaked out a win in, if they lose a couple of those, they're going to have a top 10 draft pick.
Right. And the biggest prediction should have go wrong came.
And next year's quarterback class is far superior to this year's quarterback class.
Right.
And we're going to be looking at that and saying, the Rams could be looking at that and saying, yeah, we'll take the fifth-year option, but that doesn't mean you have to sign him for another 3, 4, 7 years on top of that. Right. They can take the fifth-year option, let him walk and draft one of the good quarterbacks that comes out.
I agree with that. However, I don't think, with the way they are, I don't think they're going to go up or down too much further in terms of their drafts for next year.
I will say this:
they're probably going to be more of a middle of the pack next year.
Yeah. I will say this: the biggest prediction to go wrong actually fell to me because when the draft hit, and I saw how everyone was, I said, "Oh, that might be something to watch." How wrong I was! It came back to basically who had a better losing season.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a terrible division.
Yep.
Yeah. You just took the words. You took the thought out of my head, Jay. That's the entirety. That's the entirety of both South divisions.
And they got beat by a team in by far the best division in football right now. The NFC West is ridiculous.
Speaking of,
Yeah, because they're the only division that still has 3 teams in it.
Well,
Yep.
that's my
And
it's
there's
gonna be
the Arizona
down to
Cardinals.
at least 2 at the very most after next weekend.
So
And
what does
then
that tell
there's
you
the
about the
Arizona
Cardinals? The Cardinals.
And then there's the Arizona
You,
Cardinals.
you put the Cardinals back where they belong, and that's in the NFC league.
They're going to start from scratch because they need to cut bait with Kyler Murray. He is not the answer.
That might be the next move because they already fired the head coach.
Yeah, like let him go.
Kyler
and
Murray was
play
never.
Black
Kyler
Ops
Murray
6.
was never the answer in Arizona. Ever.
And he's a head case.
Snowman, that's gonna be the replacement. Contender, pretender, or the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And we're the Cleveland Browns.
I
But
can't.
then you have that case, the case of the Cleveland Browns. Good.
They're actually talking about keeping Watson.
We know you are.
Why are they
Wait a
talking about
minute.
keeping Watson?
They're talking about keeping Deshaun Watson.
Why?
Why?
They can't.
How much is the cap hit if they release him? That's the question you need to
It
ask.
doesn't matter. He
Why?
didn't play at all this year. Just cut him.
How much guaranteed money have they already sunk into him and gotten 6 games out of him?
Too much.
Just cut him.
Cut him loose.
You know that contract is fully guaranteed, so there's no way out of that.
No way you're gonna just
They
cut
should
him.
have never signed
They
him
were
in the
the
first
idiots who signed him to this deal.
to this stupid guaranteed deal, and now they're stuck with him.
Exactly.
That's the problem. They stuck with it. There's no way out of it.
Yeah, they're stuck. They're stuck with Deshaun Watson. I mean, you could cut him, but you're still paying him. So
It
why not
doesn't
just
matter.
play him?
He's not playing anyway, so cut him. Why do you want to play him if they're not? I mean, he didn't play it all this year. Why do they want to keep him?
And he's not going to play it all. And from the looks of it, he's not going to play it all next year.
You think he's not gonna have enough cap space to get a
Just
replacement
cut
for him?
him.
You're going to wind up paying him. Why not just cut him?
You're gonna have a different team. You're gonna have a different coach anyway next year. So just cut him.
And
He
get what
didn't play this year. He didn't play this year. And from the sound of it, he ain't going to play next year.
And I don't care what they found. There is way too much smoke for there not to be some fire about these cases.
Well, even if that's the case, I mean, what do you get? Because who are you going to trust for next year? Shador?
Oh,
He's at least playing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in any legal troubles.
That I'll say. He is not in any legal trouble, and I pray to God he doesn't get in any legal trouble
No,
because
me too. I'm saying, but
the
why
Browns,
keep Deshaun Watson? Why? I don't care what the cap hit is. He's already not playing.
so cut him loose.
That's my point.
That's what
he's better because he's better than what they have. And if you don't say he's better than Shadir Sanders, Deshaun Watson is way better than Shadir Sanders. Dylan Gabriel, we still don't know what Dylan Gabriel is because the Browns never let him loose.
I'm not even talking about ability. That ability has nothing to do with this. Just cut him because he's way too much of an issue on the team. He's too toxic at this point. Cut him.
There's too much of a black cloud.
So, man, what do we say about ability? The best ability is what?
The availability.
Exactly.
Availability.
It's just, to me, it's like my whole thing is that I don't know what you're gonna get out of that. Just letting them loose. I mean, because you're not getting a spot to replace them. You're not getting anything.
Y'all are missing my point. You're missing my point. They're already not getting anything out of him as it is. Why do you want to put him on the field and add some more toxicity to this year? Just cut him.
Cut him the way the Cardinals need to cut Kyler Murray.
Absolutely, and for a different reason. Kyler does have his issues, but it's legal. At least it's not legal issues.
The more you keep Deshaun Watson, the more you're going to have this cloud hanging over him, over your team. Let me correct my statement. The more you're going to have this cloud hanging over your team with all the legal issues going on with Deshaun Watson.
That cloud ain't going.
And I agree with Jay. Where there's smoke, and I agree with Jay. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Lots of it.
Exactly.
They didn't even found the fire yet, so
right.
Well, the fire's
all
coming.
You have is smoke.
But Jay,
listen,
what do you take away from
what do you think the reason for there not being any fire?
Could be any.
Let me tell you, it's a 5-letter word that starts with M and ends with Y.
Yeah, money.
And he has a lot of it. And he has powerful lawyers. Do you think, I mean, if it were one of us, and I don't think any of us would ever even consider doing what he supposedly being accused of.
Well, no.
But if it were one of us, you think we could have gotten off of this?
I mean, none of us are Antonio Brown, so that would never happen.
That's a good thing.
That's
We
my
don't
point.
have of a brain.
I certainly would never do it. I don't think you guys would either.
No.
No.
But
not a chance.
We don't have the money that he does.
True. That's how he bought his way out of Houston.
And I don't understand why they gave him this contract.
Out of Houston.
I don't understand why they gave him.
I don't know why the Browns
did dumb enough to pay him.
And now they're this perpetual soap opera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody's arguing. We all had that argument when they signed him. Why the hell did they sign him? Now the injury comes up. Now you've got more, and I agree. I agree with what Playmaker said. If you cut him, what's the cap hit?
It doesn't matter. He's already not playing.
Who cares what the? Wait a minute.
When you're the Browns, it matters because the Browns don't have any players. They need to sign people and they need to bring people in. If you cut Deshaun Watson and it's $20 million off your cap, that's three people. That's three players that you can't sign now.
And they are already.
They're not going to get any players anyway. Do you think? And so if people are going to stay there, do you think people really want to play with Deshaun Watson? Now they might say they support him, but I guarantee they don't really support him.
They're saying they support him. They don't. They're not going to.
Oh
so,
yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Do not cut him. Do not cut him.
Okay. Did you just look up the cap hit?
I looked up the cap hit.
Give us the cap hit.
What's the cap hit?
82 million.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That explains it right there. 82. I thought it was going to be like 20 something. 82 million.
$82 million.
Well, keep him and be pathetic for the next 10 years.
They're going to be regardless. They're the Cleveland Browns. They can't do anything right.
Including the quarterback.
That is wild. 82 million.
I'm going to read it exactly how they worded. Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Browns salary cap hit has risen significantly due to the contract restructuring, peaking around 81 to 82 million in 2026, the highest in the NFL for a single player. And you want to cut? No, we ain't. No. Hell
with that.
That's your whole roster. 82 million. That's a whole roster that you can bring in.
I mean, the Browns are trash regardless. It doesn't matter anymore.
Cut them loose. Take the hit. Cut them loose. Start over.
At that point, you cut them loose. You might as well TNT the bitch and blow the entire damn town sky high.
They're gonna be bad anyway, so get rid of him.
Jeez, 82
start from
million?
scratch. Get rid of him.
Why would any coach want this job?
That's a good question.
No one should want that. No one should want to be the head coach in Cleveland.
They can't get out of that. There's nothing they can do to get out of that.
No, that's a stranglehold. And honestly, it's what
that's ridiculous.
It's what the Browns deserve.
Well, they signed them to it, but they can blame the front office for it.
It's what the Browns deserve.
They can blame the ownership.
It's what the Browns deserve. You know, Bay is losing his mind when he sees that, right?
Why are you going to make the first guaranteed contract ever a quarterback who was not really that good?
Not at all.
You're going to pay him. What was the original deal? 5 and 235, all guaranteed.
I think it's 5 and 2.
I think that was it. I think it was 5 and 235,
Jay,
all guaranteed.
They should have cut Deshaun Watson before the season started.
They should have done this when all this happened 2 or 3 years ago.
You're right.
At least before the season started, you're talking $37 million.
Blame the Browns. There's no reason
It went up 50. It went up 50 million in one season.
This is what the Browns
That's
deserve.
insane.
I feel no sympathy for the Browns.
That is insane.
How could it rise almost $50 million when Deshaun Watson sucks?
So so the Browns, they need to sit with Deshaun Watson for next year and then possibly cut him for 2027.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
They have the other
It'll
choice.
be 28 after the season ends.
Oh, there are plenty of choices out there. I don't care what his cap hit is. He's too toxic.
As much as I love trashing the Browns are useless. I don't care about that. Jay, you're in ACC country. What does this say about the ACC that Miami is playing for the national championship?
Well, I keep hearing the sentiment from friends and people, associates on that. Just because Miami's in the national championship does not mean the ACC is any good. Let me repeat that. Does not mean they're any good. And I've also heard this sentiment. I've also heard this sentiment that the SEC is overrated. No, it's not. From top to bottom, there are very few, if any, weak teams in that conference. I don't care what Mississippi State and Kentucky did. They are better than almost every team in the ACC.
Miami
is a more similar team to SEC team, at least lately. Now they lost to 2 teams they had no business losing to. None.
Miami,
and they keep talking about the used Mac. No, it's not.
Styles makes
more than a couple games.
Styles makes fight. So when you brought Mario Cristobal back, he brought back the old Miami.
And I also
it was about physicality. That was about running. That was about being athletic.
Sean McDonough said Friday night during the game, the Indiana game, that the Big Ten is by far the best conference. Well, just because they had 2 teams playing the other night doesn't mean the Big Ten is the best conference. From top to bottom, the SEC is far better than the Big Ten.
It's the SEC before anybody else.
The depth in the SEC is far better than the Big Ten.
Well, the thing, and I know we're all going to be pushing. We're all going to be pulling for Dr. K and the Indiana Hoosiers. But there's one thing: if Miami pulls this off,
miracle,
and wins the championship, 2 years of college football playoff, and not a single conference champion.
Right.
Indiana has the only chance to be a conference champion that won the national championship.
Well,
we've had 4 teams play for the national championship. 3 of them have not won their conference.
That's okay with me. I have no problem with that.
I don't either.
That's crazy.
How often does the national champion in basketball win their conference? It doesn't happen that often as you think.
Well, that just bolsters my point of get rid of the conference championship game. It is so meaningless.
I agree.
It is so meaningless at this point. No, they're never going to do. They're never going to do that. But the facts are showing you it doesn't matter. It's a useless game. Stop
I agree, but they're never going to get rid of it.
What they need to do is
it's a money grab.
They need
Too much
to change
money
their calendar around because them 3 weeks after conference championship is killing the conference champions. Whoever gets to buy it. You talking about a whole month of not playing football.
Well, they need to go to 16 and avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Lanning is good at coaching. Dan Lanning is wrong. Dan Lanning is dead wrong about what he said, despite his being a really good coach. He says the season needs to be over by January 1st. There's no way the college football is going to do that. There's no way college football is going to do that.
There's no way you're going to be able to end the season on January 1st. No
way.
Not going to happen. Can't happen.
Can't. Well, I mean, I said it. Well, they do have a month break. They do have basically a month break. We have the first round. Yeah, we have the first round games. You can play. You can finish the season by January 1st. It can happen. The FCS does it all the time. They've done it this entire time. It's done. It's possible, but you cannot have these month-long breaks
until last Monday, which was January 5th.
January 5th.
Right.
First Monday in January.
So there were 4 days. There were 4 days
They did
off.
not have conference championships.
That's the thing. They don't have conference championships. They get right into the playoff, and their playoff just goes. Their playoff just goes. They don't have this. All right, we're going to play December 20th. Then the next round is going to be January 1st.
You're not right. You're not right about that. They take a 2-week break between basically the exam break and after New Year, till after Christmas is over. There's about a 2-week break.
And they play
it's actually about 16. It's actually about a 16-day break.
And if I'm right, Jay, that playoff is played according to their school schedule, is it not?
Mostly, yeah.
Talking about the class, for the most part, their class schedule.
I mean, I believe I think their last game is like the Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then they don't play again until the Monday.
And then they don't play until the first Monday in January. So they don't get they don't get a week off between conference championships and the playoff, do they?
They don't have conference championships.
That's right. They don't have conference championships. They play the regular season.
They're never going to end on January 1st and FBS. I don't care what Atlantic says. So the quickest way to get rid of this is have 16 teams and not have a bye.
Pretty much.
The bye
does no, except for Indiana, the bye does them no good.
And then you allow for more money and more teams to get in this way, because that allows for 2 more games to have 16
at least.
It should have started with 16 instead of
And
starting.
then you ain't have to worry about a whole month. That's too long.
No, it's not going to take any longer.
I'm talking about the bye week. Like that's.
No,
what bye week? Like what? Why?
Well, aside from Indiana, who's just helped having a bye week in the last 2 years? Who's it helped?
Hasn't helped anybody.
Indiana's the only team that's won after getting a bye.
No, I just said that. So why do you want a bye?
Doesn't matter if you have a bye.
That's what we've been saying. That's what we've been saying this whole time. We know they're going. We know they're planning. We know they're going to 16. The question is, do they go beyond 16? Because that's been proposed.
That's the
I'm just telling you what the proposals are. They've made proposals for 24-team playoffs and crazy stuff. But to the point of, can they play? You probably can't get it in, but the first 2 rounds should be in December. They should be played in December. The first 2 rounds.
Easily.
And that would easily be able to be done. And then you have your semifinal games on January 1st, on basically New Year's Day or New Year, whatever that weekend is.
New Year's Eve and New Year's
whatever
Day.
that weekend is.
Mm-hmm.
And then your championship game is a couple weeks after that. That's fine, because we'd already have it done.
Well, that's what we do already. Just keep the same schedule, but play 2 more games the first weekend of the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. It's only 2 more games.
And 16 teams are plenty. They should cap it at 16. Speaking of cap.
That weekend before Christmas, play 4 games.
They don't know what a cap is.
Or 8 games, I mean. Sorry.
I know what a cap is.
It's not hard.
The NCAA doesn't know what a cap is.
No, they don't. No, they don't. All right,
and this country's insatiable appetite for football. You think people are going to turn down 8 playoff games in 3 or 4 days?
No.
And it allows for a couple more schools to actually.
Hell, bowl season should. Bowl season, if you want to call it.
Texas and Vanderbilt would have made it. I mean, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Notre Dame would have been crying.
Yeah, Notre Dame would have been crying. They would have been able to make it.
And it keeps teams like James Madison, and Tulane from just getting slaughtered like they did.
Mm-hmm. Because they absolutely got clobbered.
I think that was the end of the group of five after that.
No, the group of five. The group of five is going to remain. They're going to keep one team. That's obvious. But what I would like to see, and I don't think they'll ever do it, is just have the 16 best teams. But they'll never do that.
No, they won't. They won't ever.
Well, the other thing about finishing early, and we've talked about this all the time, and just what I've said, Jay, is the longer you stretch this out, you run into the NFL playoff. The NFL playoffs dominates the coverage.
Nobody's saying you need to stretch the season even more. I'm just saying all you got to do is
No. The way I'm talking about the way they do it now. The way they do it now is you look at what we have. We have the national championship. We just had the semifinals, and everybody is lead talk is wild card weekend. Nobody's even talking about college football.
Well, we don't have a game for a week. So what
until next Monday,
right. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is a big problem with the schedule. They need to get it done. If they get it done earlier, they don't have to deal with the NFL. They don't have to deal with all this. College is the top dog.
Let me talk about the NFL regardless. That's not true at all.
No. The NFL is going to.
It does not matter. Playing next Monday is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're either going to be talking about the end of the regular season of the NFL or the playoffs.
Or the playoffs. Yep.
So it doesn't matter when they play the college football national championship.
We're going to get on out of here, make it express so I can at least try to stop sneezing. Jay Spivey joins us as he does every Monday. Jay, thank you very much. I appreciate you very much.
All
right, guys.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about DJ Moore.
No.
These late game heroics again.
I got to get some tea and I got to get some emergency in me. There's a Monday Night Football game tonight. The Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers live from Pittsburgh. Till then, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. And yes, Aaron, it is you. Out.
And for at least one more game, you'll see the number one quarterback, Caleb Williams.